Everybody, welcome back to Contest of Speed EU2. We are live from the Chinese Grand Prix venue just outside Shanghai, and we will be bringing you the latest action from Tier 2. Round 2 this week, of course. Tier 3 kicked us off last night, but hopefully tonight will be just as action-packed. My name is Dan. I will be commentating on this wonderful race for you. Sat alongside me, my old partner in crime. Hello.
Hello.
I'm good, thank you. I'm good. So we're just waiting to see some of the first guys out on track, and I believe it's going to be NSX Unseen. Indeed, it is, followed by the Mercedes of Thomas. So, what can we expect tonight then?
Rain?
Well, we have a message from Montana actually already. He will be with Unseen in a party, no doubt, helping his teammate out. He says there's rain midway through the race. So, we could have some drama.
Why am I not surprised?
Ricky, no Ferraris at the moment. Both are en route. One will definitely make it. The other one we are unsure about whether he'll make it in time for the race. And the other is Dracer in the Haas. He's missing at the moment. We hope he can appear at some point very soon.
A cheeky little update is from Spanner in the works. There we go, here's one. Mazza has got.
Yep, Mazza is here. Ferrari number 1. Misses out on qualifying, but of course we'll have. Can he jump in?
Yeah, that's Codemasters. It's the only thing they have done right this year.
Excellent.
During later session, you should be able to join qualifying.
Good stuff.
This is where you get stuck in the spectator menu and can't select and take control of the car, and will probably then not be able to race as well. So, well, let's fingers crossed. See what happens.
Fingers crossed, indeed. So let's stick with NSX Unseen then as he comes around to complete his first lap. Heading up now towards the tricky long right-hander onto the back straight, where we'll be able to put all the power of that Renault engine down.
Good run through here is absolutely crucial because it sets you up quite nicely down the back straight and can actually make or break the lap.
Certainly can.
Interesting to see a few guys out there on the softs.
Well, if the rain comes early enough, they may be able to make that work. If they're going to go and gamble for that. Unseen first across, 29.7 for him on the soft tyre. Let's see, who else have we got?
Thomas just on 32 flat on the medium. That's a little slow.
It is. If he's using that as an as like a warm-up lap, maybe.
Or expect him to go quicker. Let's put it that way.
Well, yes, we definitely would expect him to go quicker. And we'll see what we can find out. So then, who shall we go to next?
Is our championship leader out and about?
Our championship leader?
Yes, just about to finish his lap, Danny.
Is he? Let's jump across then to KV. And he's bailed out.
Teased us.
Goes into the pits. KV, of course, last year's season 5 Tier 3 champion. Let's go for real life then. Let's go for Robin. He comes across in third place. Of course, the other thing we've got to factor in, of course, is these guys might be running wet setups. That might be why we're seeing some slow medium times, particularly if that rain is going to get heavy. You never know. Right, Mozza then. That's some housekeeping we need to do.
Yes.
Mozza is covering for the Ferrari team in Tier 2. He's taking that Ferrari seat until Rosa rejoins Contest of Speed. He's currently away on a training course with his job in the army. He will be back in a couple of races' time. But given Mark's indiscretion, we'll say, last week, we've decided to give Rosa that seat when he comes back, and Mozza's going to fill in, of course, as a Tier 3 Ferrari driver.
The beauty of the constructors' system that we're kind of using.
Yeah, Mozza was unlucky here last night, actually. Well, he says he was unlucky. And he's currently driving without arms.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I mean, if I hide the UI, look, no hands.
Yeah, these no hands on my screen as well.
Yeah, got a lot of guys disconnecting and getting back in at the moment. Hopefully that'll be able to stabilise itself by the time the rain comes, by the time the race comes. Mozza puts himself into P4 with a 31.4. Just to put that in perspective, that's over a second slower than he managed last night on those tyres. So I think there's definitely some setup hybridisation going on, if nothing else.
I did warn them a couple of them earlier. Said, "Oh, well, it's Tier 2. It is a Tuesday. Probably going to get some rain because, let's be honest, no one else has had rain in any way, shape, or form so far this season."
No, no. AM1 had it last week, of course.
Spain,
on board with Wisey Boy, sporting a new lid this week. Looks very nice in that Racing Point white and pink.
That's very strange. Robin's retired with over 9 minutes left of the session in the pit lane.
If he's committing to the mediums, well, not necessarily confident, but if he's committing to the mediums and he wants to put one lap on them, if that's the best he can get out of them, then I mean, you would have waited, I suppose, wouldn't you, and tried to go for a one-shot near the end, but
a lot of guys waiting.
Thanks, Montana. We're about 45 seconds behind with the timer we have on stream to where the drivers actually are.
Lovely jubbly.
And I just need to message T-Bow real quick because telemetry is not working as it should at the moment.
Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear.
Oh dear indeed. You know, just when you've set everything up early, it's all working fine, you do the test, it's good, and then you get to the live thing, no. It says no. So, Wisey Boy slots into P5 then on the soft tyre. Best laps so far, the two leaders of course, NSX Unseen and Jonathan Cox, both on the soft tyre. Dan Robbo in third place with a 31.0. He's on the medium tyre.
Jack is about to cross the line on the medium tyre as well, and does it way too flat.
I wonder if that rain's going to be heavy and they've gone full wet setups, because those times are not representative.
It's slow, let's put it that way. It's not what we would be expecting in terms of, because we know there's a crossover between Tier 3, 2 and 3, but it's not like this.
No, we do. So we'll watch KV's lap, and then once we've done that, once he's crossed the line, I'm going to try something new, Matt.
Sorry, I just saved you all from my sneeze, so you don't have to hear it.
Ah, the Williams pulling off a successful toe there down the back straight. It's going to give KV a good advantage. Yeah, I was saying that once KV's crossed the line, I'm going to try something new.
Ooh.
And Charlie's here. The second Ferrari has arrived, and he should have time to get himself in and have a lap. KV might have invalidated there, but I think he'll be okay. 31.3. Right then, KV's across the line. So, given that he is our championship leader, I'm going to try and put up on screen now our driver standings. They should all be appearing on screen for you now. Matt, if you could talk us through them, please.
I could talk you through it, and I've got the laps up in front of me. So, KV is currently leading the way in the championship after his lovely win last week out in Spain. He's on 25 points. A person that's in second, which I think he didn't expect himself in, and probably we didn't expect to see him in to start off with, was Lewis. He picked up second last week.
He's done very well for himself.
He got 18 points. Arbar rounded up the podium spots. Gets himself 15, and Hijack 12. Dan got himself 10, so good points scores for Williams last week, who then lead the constructors. NSX Unseen has 8, Wise Boy 6, Fallen 4, Fax 2, and Jonathan Cox 1. Fastest lap was outside the top 10, so no one picked up fastest lap bonus point from last week. I think it was Titchy.
And I think that graphic went off halfway through, didn't it? And I didn't mean it to. Yeah. I think it did, and I didn't want it to. So that's something we'll need to...
You saw it briefly.
You did. Since we're doing brief things, let's have a look again at the... Let's put the teams up. Constructors' Championship. So, of course, Williams leading the way then with 35 points. Racing Point behind 124, Red Bull in third. Alpha Tauri, Alfa Romeo, Mercedes and Ferrari yet to score points this season.
I'm sure that will change, especially for Mercedes with, Jamie is quick and Thomas is returning for his first race of the season.
He is indeed. Let's jump on board with him then.
Just into the pits.
Just into the pits. Missed last week. He was on his holiday. Let's go and see his teammate then, Jamie. All right. No, let's not, because he's got the rev glitch. The Wizard. I have a feeling the Wizard's going to be boxing, because that looks like an invalid one.
Well, him and Titchy have just had a race down the
back straight. Titchy up into third place, of course, 31 flat on his mediums, putting himself 24 thousandths ahead of Dan Robbo.
The Team Stumpy versus Team Davey rivalry.
Yes, Team Stumpy and Team Davey. That's Titchy and Stumpy and Dan and KV. Let's try. Who do we want? Let's go for Stumpy.
I'll tell you what, that we haven't picked up. He's been disqualified from the session. We'll find out what that is for.
Yeah, just hear Jamie's Mercedes going past with its rev glitch. Stumpy gratefully does not, so let's ride on board then with the Alpha driver as he takes us for a lap here in Shanghai. Long right-hander of turn 1 before a sharp but tight left-hander that opens out. We'll be careful on the power, the back end will quite easily step down towards the end of sector 1 with a very tight right-hander, mimicking the sector 1 of Malaysia at Sepang, particularly this corner here, and the little flick back to the right. Deep into sector 2 now, one of the slower sections, double apex left-hander, both 90-degree corners in essence. I'll try and get on the power early and straighten the car up for the run down now towards the back straight. Nice chunk of curb on the entrance there of the left-hander before cutting across to the right and swooping through that long snail-like corner before unleashing all the 1,000 horsepower these cars have to give. One heavy braking zone for the hairpin, which is your penultimate corner, and we'll bring the telemetry back up on screen as we come through the final left-hander. Cuts it just enough to avoid the penalty, powers for the line. Stumpy goes P7 with a 31.1.
Once again, very tight in and around the top, as we have been expecting for this season.
Yes, it certainly is. First and second in a league of their own, but from third down to 12th, that's separated by 7/10 of a second.
Jonathan Cox is only marginally ahead, and that's on the soft, so some interesting times. Tichy's gone back out on the soft. Stan's done exactly the same, so that's interesting to see. Must stay in put.
You say Jonathan Cox is only marginally ahead. He's over a second.
Sorry, I can't read the thing. But
I think it's because of the times we were setting yesterday. All of our times were easily in the 30s on the mediums and pushing the 29s on the softs. Well, you all right? I know you didn't actually set it, but I know you were quicker. Don't fret, no.
No, I'm just saying the medium times weren't that quick, but they were probably on a par.
No, I think.
No, I think Arbo was on a par with the quickest medium run yesterday, which I believe was Mazza.
I thought Mazza got down into the low 30s at a 30.1 or a 30.2. I might be wrong. Someone will have been watching last night.
So I've stepped in between there, so I can't remember.
Yeah, I know. Things happen, don't they?
Indeed they do. So interestingly, that's who's massively out of position, shall we say?
At the moment, I think both Mercedes potentially out of position. I'm not sure where the Wizard will fit in. Let's jump to the Wizard actually. Down the back straight.
Up to fourth, by the way.
Good lap from Lewis, allowing Track Evolution to work its magic for him. He left it late, but he's pulled it off. Great starting position for him. Here comes the Wizard now on the medium tyre. He's going to power for the line and puts himself into third. McLaren looking mighty so far. Thomas, there we go. I said he might be out of place. Puts himself into second place. On the soft tyre though, the front three leading the way on that tyre. KV, I think, is out of position down there in 13th.
Essex, I've seen, is 4 tenths quicker through sector 2 than his current time, so this is going to be low 29s. There we go.
29.3 for Unseen.
Jonathan Cox then reclaims second place from Thomas. Hobart bails off and Dan is invalidated, so I think everyone is pretty much sorted out.
Yeah, Dan is on the soft tyre, so those mediums he had his time set on before will be staying. Arba has retired in the pits.
Pushing to the line, and that's stage 17.
He was quicker, but I think he must have invalidated the time.
No, that was his quickest time.
That was the quickest, 32.0. Oh dear, that's not good for Jamie. Fallen down there in 18th without a time. Charlie, I don't think, has been able to get in his car at the moment, which is a shame. Hopefully he'll be able to get into it for the race. Oh, Tebow, you hero. Telemetry is up, people. Hopefully Tebow can get us working properly by the time the race starts.
Robert said Miles did a 30.6.
It was a 30.6. Oh, well said then. Well said, Matt.
So, bit of a weird one, if I'm being honest.
Yes, it is. but we move.
It's going to be
Interesting, that's what it is.
Or a wet setup, isn't it, really?
Yeah, when the rain comes and where they are on track is going to make all the difference. So then, NSX Unseen takes his second pole position in as many races with a time of 1 minute 29.3. Jonathan Cox in second place behind him, only 2.5 tenths down on the NSX driver with a 29.614. Thomas on his first race of the season after missing last week is only 4 tenths back from that. With a 29.7. Those three on the soft tyres, and you have Wizard, Arba, Racer, Tichy, Dan, Mozza and Robin, or Real Life. They will all be starting on the mediums. The rest of the guys will be starting on whichever tyre they like, and if they are not completely demented, it will be the mediums.
Softs looked like a struggle last night.
Softs were, I mean, they were fun for about
2 laps.
Yeah. And then you get to my point where I have to stretch them for far too many laps. I think it ended up being 6 or 7 in the end. I should have pitted under the VSC, but I had hubris at my own.
In fact, even at the end, they just weren't good either.
No, the mediums were the better tyre at the end of the race. I'm not sure why.
It's Jonathan Cox. That is the man that has pushed the button.
And okay, then we get ready to go racing. Telemetry is down for the race, people, I'm sorry to say. T-Buzz managed to find a bug in the system, so we'll be all set for the near future. But for tonight, unfortunately, it is a no-go. Let's get ready to go racing in Shanghai. Predicted pit stops then. Predicted pit stops are pointless because we know it's going to rain.
We just don't know when, so we're playing the guessing game.
So let's have a look at tyre choices then. Right, so
and more importantly, full complement of drivers.
yes, full complement of 20. The 2 Ferraris and Racer down at the back, even though that's not the times, not where the times they set put them. That might be a glitch that Codemasters have failed to fix so far. So it's as we thought then. The only man inside the top 10 who's not on the tyres they started on is of course Stumpy, but he will be essentially taking Moz's place in the top 10, but he will have free choice of tyres, and he's gone for the hard tyre. So Stumpy hoping for a late coming of the rain.
That suggests to me he's coming late. If he's gone hard, well, that's...
And it's bold, isn't it? I mean, I'm not sure, to be honest. Hijacked and Geordie are your others on the hard tyre. Everybody else, apart from your leading trio, are on the mediums.
So that would suggest to me that the top 3 we're now going to have to pit. They're going to have to and they're probably going to pit onto the mediums. I guess.
Potentially. I mean,
so
I think
makes it the same longevity as the hards then, if they're thinking the hards is going to be...
The difficult part will be, and this is why I wouldn't have gone for the hard tyre, because if the rain comes and it's not heavy enough for intermediates or for slicks, or for full wets even, if you have to stay on slicks and you've started on the hard tyre, you're going to lose a lot of ground to the guys ahead of you, who are then, you're not going to gain an advantage if they make a stop, because the soft guys can then go to the hard tyre and then go back down if necessary. The guys on the mediums could go to another set of mediums and then bolt some softs on near the end of the race, and it wouldn't be out of the question. The hards is now, that limits them, those 3 guys, quite significantly, unless the rain comes late and it is very, very heavy.
Quick formation lap as well. Right.
Yes. 5 lights then in Shanghai. Will we get a glitch? We do get a glitch, so we wait. We watch the revs for on scene. They build. And away we go for the Chinese Grand Prix. Unseen gets a good getaway. Jonathan Cox as well might be able to challenge down the inside into turn 1. Thomas is going to try and hold off the Wizard, who's going to get boxed in there.
I think that's going to be interesting.
Yeah, Unseen's held his position, so have Jonathan Cox and Thomas. The Wizard has lost out massively.
Everyone's got damage. Someone just their safety car.
Yeah, first lap safety car.
Someone massively parked it on the apex of turn 2, and I think anyone from Dan downwards has got front wing damage. I know Dan has, I think Faxon has, Tichy I think's got something.
Yeah, this is where telemetry would have been really useful, of course. We could have seen the exact damage they had, but we'll have to do this at the old-fashioned way. Donamo is reporting in the chat that rain in approximately 5 minutes.
So Dan's got damage, Faxon's got it, Tichy I don't know how Tichy's got away with it, but somehow he's got away with it. Robin's picked up some as well. Stumpy, not too sure about. Come on, Cameron, welcome.
Was it just a big concertina then, Matt? We didn't really see it.
Someone just stood on the brakes. I think they just caught everyone out, and it was very strange.
Yeah, well, from where I was standing, the Wizard got caught up behind Jonathan Cox, with Thomas trying to go around the outside of him, and then Arbar sort of boxed him in. I wonder if it was something to do with that. Penalty wise, I saw a raft of collision penalties in there, all of which were 5 seconds, so
Trace has picked us up. Both passes got damage. Wizard's got damage on the right hand side.
And who's in? Dan is in.
Yeah, he was just, I don't want to single anyone out, but it was just in front of Dan. It was whoever it was, just stopped.
Well,
which is a strange decision.
Yeah, Robin has retired from the session. That's in the pit lane. So we've got Dan, Dracer, Stumpy, Wizard and Muzzer all in the pits, and Dan got held by Stumpy with his exit. So Stumpy, did Stumpy get in first?
No, Stumpy was behind Dan. Stumpy's gone onto the softs. Dan's put another set of fresh mediums on. So.
I wonder if Stumpy didn't have damage. And he's just stopped for those tyres, because if the rain's coming in 5 minutes, he's now got the cards out of the way. The softs will take him to the rain, and then he can go mediums if it goes dry again, which is the best race tyre.
Dracer and Dan have done exactly the same thing, mediums. Wizard and Muzzer and Dracer actually need to do it anyway, because they got rid of their 5 seconds worth of time penalties they all picked up because of
various collisions, yes. Okay then, so let's jump back up to the leaders with Unseen now behind the safety car. Big winners off that start then. Faxland up 7 places to P6. Charlie up 9 to 11th, managed to avoid the chaos. And big losers then. Wizard down 14 places. Real Life having retired, he's down 11, and the other big loser there is Dan down 8. The further forward you seem to get, the less commotion there was, which does back up what you were saying, with it just being someone stamping on the brakes and it just concertina him back.
It was so weird, because I think they were going like 2 or 3 wide through turns 3, and Dan got himself, I think, unfortunately stuck in the middle, and I think whoever was behind Dan also then picked up the damage. Faxon's still out there, Danny. I don't know if you saw this. Faxon's still out there with damage.
Yes. So he's going to...
He was ahead of Dracer, so I thought he was going to pit.
Now then, I wonder if Faxon's going to stay out there he's going to live with the damage until the rain comes and try and take track positional advantage. We've got Jamie coming in for some softs. The Wizard has come back in for another set of softs.
They just cycling tires.
Potentially. Two-spoiler course. Oh well, Cos Wizard as he is now known, representing the brand. That's what we like to see. Started on the medium, so he's now got his compulsory sets out of the way. He can go with whatever he likes now.
But don't forget, quite a few of these guys only just did either the one run or the second run out on the mediums, and then sort of a bail run on the softs. So they've got, well, don't want to jump the gun, but at least 1 or 2 sets of fresh softs to use.
Yeah, I guess so. It's 6 laps then at full race pace before they decide to jump off a cliff like a flock of unhappy lemmings.
That's the analogy you were going to go with. Okay.
Yes, it's fine. Safety car is in this lap. The mediums those guys have just taken off are essentially going to be fresh. I know they're scrubbed, but they're not going to have anything like the wear that we would expect. So those guys on the softs now near the back have essentially put themselves onto a 2-stop strategy. But from now, if it stayed dry, but the rain's coming at some point. Blade says in 5 minutes.
But how long is it? Like 5 minutes? So
exactly.
5 minutes for like the next 5 minutes, and it's still saying 5 minutes.
It could be, but we'll find out in due course. Unseen backs up the pack, and he's gone. He's bolted. He's bolted early. Jonathan Cox under pressure from Thomas in 3rd place. Unseen has a shocking final corner though. I think he got held up by the safety car not being all the way in the pit lane. We could see a move here and potentially a change of leadership.
Jonathan Cox as well.
He has, but without DRS assistance, it's not going to be enough. Wisey Boy's managed to get ahead of Tichy there off the restart.
That's a good move.
Great move from Wisey Boy.
Rain, I've just seen it. I think the rain has just decided to join us.
It has indeed. We're on board now with Unseen, our race leader, and you can just see over the top of the halo those streaks of water coming across in the airflow. And he's struggling for traction there already. I don't know if that's with those tyres starting to work. Yeah. That's.
It's the hard boys. Look at those. Jordy Hijack Gaming already a second. 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, and Hijacked is all over the back of Yordi. Yordi's really struggling now to try and keep up with Charlie in P11.
I thought he was going to send it down the inside into the double banger.
I'm going to jump back on board with Jonathan Cox. Well, not on board, we're going to follow him because he's going to try and close in on Unseen.
They dropped Thomas. Thomas had a very poor middle.
We could see a move here from Jonathan Cox closing in on Unseen. Is he going to go for a lunge around the outside into the final hairpin? Unseen defends. We'll have to give Jonathan Cox the space. Says no, but Jonathan Cox is fighting still to the inside of the final corner. There's contact between the two. They've kept it out of the wall for now. Jonathan Cox tucks back in behind. Unseen slamming the door in his face.
It's getting a bit treacherous out there.
It is. Tichy's managed to make his way back past past Faxland as well, after Wisey Boy had found his way through. Faxland, I think he is staying out there to try and get track position.
He's going to have to. He's committed now. It's going to hurt him though.
Just like the Hasses in real Formula 1, the Hasses in Contest of Speed like to make those daring tactical decisions, and you can see the rain already starting to have an effect just with the braking.
I tell you what, Stumpy's looking good here on those fresh softs.
Yeah, the man on the move at the moment. Let's watch him. Although Hijack coming back at him.
That's brave.
On those hard tyres. Kicked it into overtake, slung it up the inside, but just didn't have the traction on those compounder tyres.
Yeah, it's interesting. I thought 3 guys behind Dan and Drace on the softs would be been and gone by now, but the RS train is still in full effect.
Oh, it's just the slipstream showing at the moment. Although Stumpy
You already got massively
Look at
out of
that.
shape.
Yeah, he did. And Stumpy's gonna. It's just a drag race now.
It's not even a contest, was it?
No, really. Stumpy got the better exit, but he's gonna have to defend. Yeah, and I think the man who, if this carries on much longer, who's really going to benefit from this is going to be Lewis in 4th at the moment. DRS has been enabled by race control. And we've got a Ferrari in the pits.
Must have gambled.
He has. Yeah, he stops. We're on board with Mozza. KV has overtaken Faxon around the outside of turn 1.
Going to hold it down the inside, the bit of bumper cars.
And Mozza has full gambled. He's gone for the inters early. I'm going to go back to Jonathan Cox, who is pushing unseen around the track. He's going to go for a move down the inside into turn 5. Swoops through. Jonathan Cox takes the lead off the Chinese Grand Prix.
Oh, KV's all over the back of Fax. He's got to be careful. I thought he was going to try and hang around on the outside. No, thought better of it. Fax is really the cork in the bowl.
He is. 3.2 seconds. KV slides up the inside. Great move from KV. Opportunistic as ever. Fallen next up to overtake the Dane, currently in 9th place.
He just can't turn left. He's struggling so much. Car understeering across the track.
Dan and the Wizard fighting further back as well.
Surprise, surprise.
Yep, and the Wizards made it through those soft tyres now. The wetter this track gets, the more they will be coming into their own. And I think
we got 2 off the track.
We have. That's Yordi off the track. Safety car is out, and this has put Mozza's gamble in tatters.
Yep.
And everybody's coming in. All 3 leaders are in, and I think everyone behind. Yep.
So we spoke about this yesterday.
I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about what happened yesterday.
I'll tell you what, Stumpy, if I was you, I would try to go and take those 2 into the pits there.
Go for the full Vettel.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have a massive train into the pits.
Who's not done it?
Lewis hasn't done it. Fallen hasn't. Jamie hasn't. Jonathan Cox has gone to the hard tyre. I think that is a mistake that he's made there, and I think that will cost him. Yeah, I think that's a mistake from both of them. I think they've pitted and either not changed their tyres in time, or the game has just said no. And
I'll tell you what, Hijack Gaming's had a stinker, and he's come out softs as well. Not only did he get held in the pits, he's now at the back, and probably, well, we don't know, but I would say on the wrong tyre.
No, the one saving grace that we have at the moment for the guys who've come out on slicks, this rain is not heavy enough yet for those intermediate tyres on the guys around them to be quicker. Otherwise we'd have had DRS disabled, and we'd have had the confirmation, obviously, with that the rain is here and the track is considered to be wet. So,
but
it depends how heavy this rain's going to be.
Yeah, this is a track that historically in the past on this kind of game, where if it's rained, it's got wet very quickly, and I think it is doing that now.
We'll soon see. DRS, of course, is disabled whilst the safety car is out.
Now, what is going on here? Thomas is ahead of NSX Unseen. They were swapping positions.
I wonder if Unseen's had an off somewhere.
Not on the straight, surely.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Ethan's in the chat! Yeah!
That's made my day, that's it.
Fallen and Jonathan Cox are in. The front 3 as it is now, they're committing to it.
Yeah, I thought I was seeing things. No, apparently Montana said that Thomas has just overtaken Unseen under the safety car.
I wonder. How strange.
Yeah, that is very strange. Hijack's still out there on softs.
Jamie is the one that is confusing me at the moment. So
Well,
at the moment, go on.
cycled in us.
I wonder if there was maybe some wing damage. Although to be fair, he was at the back. He might as well cycle, so his tyres are arguably fresher than everybody else's. You know, and then I mean, it's not like he's put any wear on the other one. But those couple of percent could count. I mean, those tyres might go to the end if you really look after them, and where he is at the moment, he might need them too if he wants to try and make any ground up.
I'm glad I'm not the only one sitting here, Robert is as well, and thinking, what on earth is going on, and why aren't people pitting when you think they should be pitting?
It's how close the tier is though, isn't it? Every advantage that there might be, it's messing with these guys just to try and figure out where they can find that one position on track, that half a yard to make a move, that 1/10 of a second to keep them in front. Safety car is in this lap, and the track is still dry enough for slicks.
It's coming down though, Danny. Look at that. I would say that's heavier than what it started as.
Yeah, I would agree, but we've seen this before, where track. I remember.
Oh, Charlie's just picked up damage. Yeah, with collision armor. I'm surprised.
Flat at the back of him. Remember back to Russia season 4, tier 2.
Yeah.
Where the rain was coming down and coming down and coming down, but the track was never wet enough for Inters to be the quicker tyre. We could have another situation like that here, in which case Lewis's decision to not stop.
There's some wing getting lost here, left, right, and centre, which is just hitting the back of.
Right, and Lewis has gone then. Jamie behind him, and Thomas is his buffer. The two Mercedes following the tracing point. Oh, and Lewis has. They've both boxed.
They're both boxed. Oh, and Ennis, I can see with a massive tank slapper.
Yeah,
I tell you what, he's very lucky to keep that on the track. He nearly absolutely outdone it.
Yeah, we've got a lot of guys in the pits, either to serve penalties or to change on to wet weather tyres.
Into tyres going on.
Have they had the call from Jeff? They must have had the call from Jeff.
I'll tell you what, Wiseboy and KV are fighting this out. It's going to be tricky the first couple of laps to get these Inters up to temperature.
So minimal water on the track at the moment, so there won't be the problem of spray.
And this is where we're probably going to see now who has got a setup that works in the wet.
Yeah, and Thomas is struggling. Those hard tyres not gripping, I think.
I'd say he's just need lost. Look at this, they're all swarming like a pack of vicious sharks.
And we've got a Ferrari round, that looks like Mozart.
Yeah, Mozart. Fallen's got past Hijack trying to hold it down the inside. It's not a corner he tried to do so. And a multi-2, wow, I tell you what, it's like avoiding a mini chicane going past Thomas, because he's sliding around all over the place.
Yeah, the wrong tyres for him. So as it stands then, coming towards the end of lap number 9, the rain has arrived.
And it's looking very tricky.
Yep, NSX Unseen leads the way, 1.3 seconds to Wisey Boy, who is being caught rapidly now by KV. Then come the two Alfa Romeos, Stumpy and Tichy, hoping for a top 8 finish, the pair of them were this week.
There's a few guys, because they're fighting for position, very keen to get on the throttle.
Yeah, Tichy's struggling with the rear end there to hold off Faxland in P6, who's managed to hold position despite that wing damage, so the gamble's paid off for him at the moment. Dan Robbo P7, Arbar in 8th, Fallen in 9th in the sister Red Bull, and Dracer in 10th to make up that top 10.
So what, Thomas just nearly Lewis Hamilton into the wall.
Ooh.
Like he did all those years ago at McLaren.
And there we go, KV right in the gearbox of that racing point in front.
So there's a gap that's because they all pitted again, so there's a massive gap between the top 10 and P11. there's some strange tactics going and strategies going on, and I don't really want to comment on anything because I don't know what's going on.
No, I think the game might have. No, I think the game might have messed a couple of people around, but hopefully we're all on the right tyre now. We've got a leading group of 10 cars, so our point scorers. Well, I say 9,
that. Actually.
Yeah, because Unseen has left them all for dead. 3.2 seconds the gap now between him in first and Wisey Boy in second, and KV is being held up here.
Cool.
No.
There could be a move for P7, Arbar and Dan. Arbar with the overtake, obviously no DRS to help him out. Dan's holding it off. Arbar's probably going to try and see.
He has. He's slung one through. A little bit of wheel banging, the elbows are out, but Arbar's going to take position. And KV's made it past Wisey Boy, who's pitted.
Wisey Boy's pitted. He isn't going to do what I think he's going to do.
Oh no, it's a drive-through. It's the drive-through.
Yes.
So then that promotes KV to second and the 2 Alfa Romeos to third and fourth.
Now, we've got to be careful. The guys fighting are, but the 2 Red Bulls and Dan need to be careful about fighting. Although Faxland is, I wouldn't say he's massively off. He just seems to have the biggest gap at the moment between himself and everyone else.
Yeah, he does. KV right now is slowly but surely reeling in Unseen. We don't know if that will continue to happen or whether that gap will stabilise. We'll keep an eye on it. The 2 Alphas having cleared Faxland somewhat. They will try and keep with KV's coattails. Whether they can do it, again, we'll wait and see, but they might end up having quite an uneventful and lonely second half to this race. Faxland is definitely a cork though at the moment.
Lewis and Wisey Boy swap round, so it'll be interesting to see how Wisey Boy does. Dracer has had a little bit of a moment. He's gone from 3 tenths to 3 seconds behind.
Yeah. Thankfully for Andreas, he's got an 11-second gap to Wisey Boy.
Yeah, usually wouldn't be saying it that comfortable.
No. Arbar having a look now. Oh, Faxland with a poor exit from the hairpin. Arbar's going to have to do it on straight line speed and sling it round the outside of the final corner. And Faxland squeezes. But the switchback could be on here. It's a drag race to turn 1. Arbar narrowly gets himself in front and makes the move.
The Racing Point swap position again.
They're just going to be having fun, those two.
We've got Jamie for company now as well, so
yeah.
That's a nice little balance to keep an eye on for the last points position. I think Arvar's got to be careful though. Dan's got a good exit out of 3 and 4. Looks for the send. Ooh, thought better of it.
Faxland, similar to his first stint, dropping back through the pack.
And is he one of those guys that was on a dry-ish setup? We don't know. Just making guesses.
Yeah.
I would say so from that evidence.
Meanwhile, the gap up front, as we said, KV's closing it in. It's now down to 2.6 seconds.
And actually, 2 Alpha Boys are giving each other some room as well.
Yeah, Arbar though is closing up to the back of those guys. He's going to be pushing for another podium in Tier 2. Narrowly missed out on going up last season, of course. Finished 4th in the Drivers' Championship. I think we could have a move from Dan here on Faxland, and it's a simple one for him. The Dane tucks back in behind this to be careful not to
run in the back.
Yep, under braking.
It's so easy to do, isn't it?
It is, especially in the wet.
Dracer looks. Well, with the guys in front squabbling, Dracer has brought himself back in by second on that lap, so Dracer's got good pace, just got to keep that consistency going.
Yeah. So we've had Mars Melso, thank you very much for following, and Elliot 1N, thank you for following. I hope you both enjoyed the stream. I
really appreciate the recent support that we've been getting from you guys since the start of season 6. It's been very promising, and I think every race has been entertaining actually.
It has so far. It's been good. Fallen then the next man to have a go at Faxland.
Just saw the pit strategy window open up on the right hand side of my screen, Danny. Pit window is open, but I reckon it will be another few laps before people decide to come in. Actually, it'd be interesting to see if people will come in, and if they do, how quick are fresh inters, if the rain's going to stay about, compared to people trying to hanging out towards the end.
Yeah, I think we'll see another 5 or 6 laps yet before people think about coming in. Around anyone who goes after lap 20, I think is daft.
Harsh.
Well, no, because why would you wait that long? They're not going to give you that much of an advantage. Imagine, here goes Fallen. Faxon's going to fight it though down the inside off the hairpin. Fallen, not quite.
Stopped quite nicely back end from both of them, Twitchy.
Yeah, Fallen not quite early enough on the brakes to pull the switchback off, rather. So Faxon will hold position.
He's got better on though, Danny, at the last
corner.
He
has. Uses his overtake button, and through goes Fallen, and it's his teammate Dracer up next.
Well, you say that, Faxland is, he got it back. Oh, they're going to get squeezed out. They're still going to go side by side.
Faxon should have this, that wider line, giving him better trajectory out the final corner, but Fallen takes it.
Faxon's running an overtake.
NSX, is he? Has he got?
He's got like, no, he's
not got much left.
Of it. I did think he was a bit strange that he was stuck in it.
Yeah. Unseen has responded to KV's charges. It's now back up to 2.9 seconds, the gap between first and second place. Arbar in P5 is closing up to the back of Tichy.
Yes. I was about to mention that the Anthers are going to be under pressure, because now Arbar and Dan have been both released.
They have.
We'll see if it's going to be the same with Fallen, but they're closing quite quickly actually.
They are, yeah. We saw it last season in Tier 3. Tichy and Stumpy, both in Ferrari of course last year, as opposed to the Alfa Romeo, were very, very committed to team play, and we can see that Stumpy is stealing a march at the moment and is keeping KV in his sights. Tichy not dropping away, but just
story Danny down at pass.
Yeah, we spotted it. Tichy just keeping Arbar out of overtaking range, but close enough to hurt his tyres and to hurt him his lap time.
I would like to see how Dracer gets on. We know his pedigree in the wet, especially in his early days here at Cos.
Yeah, not quite hit the heights that we were used to of him in the wet, and he has been ill recently of course. We'll give him that. Last week he was very, very ill. So ill, in fact, a man of his pedigree managed to crash into the Spain pit wall. I'm sorry, Andreas, I couldn't resist.
Hey, he's been quite proud of it.
He has actually, yeah.
He's been claiming everyone else that does it that he's influenced them, and he's very happy to do so.
Yeah. That's what we like to see. He's a good lad, this Andreas. So we'll keep an eye on how he goes. So far he's holding station in P8. Arbar though, if he can get a good drive out of the snail. Tichy with a wider entry.
That was better that time from Arbar. A little bit twitchy last time around. He's got loads of ERS to use as well, over 90%, which is now... The problem that they're going to have though is if they're both going to use overtake and they're both on similar setups, you're going to struggle possibly to get past.
Well, Tichy arguably pulled away down that straight there, so I wonder, the reason Arbar might be close is because he's got more wing, but has Tichy got the advantage in a straight line? We can see again here, look, Arbar burning through the battery, but Tichy just pulling away.
Oh, I tell you what, Jamie's just nearly gone into the back of Wisey Boy for the P11. Wisey Boy's just dropped off the back of Lewis at the moment. Lewis is kind of sitting by himself.
Yeah, Jonathan Cox in there as well. Unfortunate that we couldn't see him battle unseen.
Danny back to fourth though.
Yeah.
He's got a bit squirmy and I was really good past him.
Yeah, exit of turn 2.
Yep.
And I don't think Tichy will be able to fight that.
Andreas is now pressuring falling in front of him.
He has, they've both dropped Faxland. Gap out front, Cavy's got it down to 2 seconds.
It's very ebbing and flowing, isn't it?
It is,
2.8,
yeah.
then down to 2, then back up again, and then
Back down again. Both guys pushing hard, unseen at the moment with 20% less charge than Cavey.
a yellow flag in sector 3, and oh, Charlie's.
We've got a Ferrari in the pit wall, and the safety car is out.
Again,
Now I would stop.
And that's the leaders will have not reached the pit lane yet, so it'll be interesting to see what they do. Oh, Lewis, drive-through penalty for speeding on the safety car.
Unseen continues. KV pits. Stumpy pits. Everybody is pitting.
Oh, this could be. Oh, Dan's just. Oh, Dan's going to be miffed.
He's going to be furious. I saw that on the mini map.
He's trying to slow down so he doesn't get stacked, and Dan was trying to overtake him. And,
yeah, and that is a penalty-worthy offence. You can slow down as long as it doesn't affect other cars in front of you or behind you.
That's going to be an interesting one.
So now the Williams crew.
There's no front wing either, so
yeah.
he's going to.
Williams crew was not ready.
5 seconds.
Yeah, and that has well and truly shithoused down there, and I owe a gifted sub. Damn, I've gone a season and a half without doing it. No!
You've done it for me. Yes. Try through again. Who was that for?
I don't know.
Oh, it's not Mazda again. Surely not.
No, I don't think so.
It is. It's Mazda again. Oh no.
He's not going to be a happy bunny. Dan, though, despite all of that, has managed to come out in. He's managed to come out in P8.
Oh, so Tichy got 5 seconds for Dan, and Dan got 5 seconds for Tichy. Mazda's picked up, right? You won't believe this. Mazda's picked up 3 drive-through penalties on the same lap. So I don't know what's happened there. I think that's some kind of glitch that's happened.
I would agree with you.
Let him off.
Charlie has just made it back to the pits and got himself a penalty on the pit entry.
Pit entry?
Yeah.
So look. Well, that's interesting because he's already had a warning for pit lane exit.
Yeah, well, he got him. It was for speeding under the safety car, but of course the entrance to the pit lane is still part of the racetrack. Until you officially enter the pit lane, you are still under safety car conditions.
I'll tell you what, he's not the only one. Both the Williams have done the same thing as well in terms of the pit lane exit.
Well, we caught Dan's one on stream. He put the power down coming out on the inters, and the back end said no, not a chance, pal.
I'm not gonna lie. You know, this is his first wet race with
no traction. Yeah, it's understandable.
Drive through for Charlie. I hope it's a glitch because we didn't. Well, I know we saw a few last night, but it shouldn't be this many, surely. I think Fallen, is disconnected and joined back. So.
Yeah, the game has held his position for him.
Oh no! Please tell me he's not. Oh, he has. Oh no!
Faxland has been knackered by the game. He's on the soft, so he'll be coming back in once he can get around. Right, so the thing I'm interested to see now, you've got NSX Unseen on 10 lap old intermediates leading the race. He has to be confident of getting to the end on that set now, otherwise he would have come in. KV behind him, fresh set of inters, was closing in as anyway.
What the? Oh, hang on. Whoa. My time screen is going.
Yep.
Radio
Something's not right. Safety car is in this lap. Joy, we can get back to what we know. Hopefully the timer screens will come back up once they cross the line. That's normally how this stuff works. Unseen will control the pace of the field. The guys behind need to be careful. We've seen a number of penalties already for people not paying attention to the cars ahead and running into the back of them. Not only do you get a penalty for hitting someone, you tend to lose your wing as well. It's like a double whammy.
Well, they're all next to each other. Just be on the other side of the track to the person in front of me. So I'm not doing that.
Yeah. So you would have to say right now the two men in the best position are KV and Arbar, but we know the pedigree that Unseen's got as he unleashes that McLaren at the restart.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Trace is in a good position. This is where we're going to see Trace's real pace in the rain, hopefully.
Mr. P5 in his natural habitat.
So once again, getting these inters up to temperature is going to be a touch tricky.
And we are green again, and the timing screens are live again.
Yep. Tichy's had a stinker.
And KV's going to try and make a move down the inside of Unseen. Early on here.
Patience, KV. Patience.
I suppose he's going to... Oh, he's pushing Unseen through the corner.
Oh, Faxon's still out in the softs.
KV thought about it. He thought about going for the stamp. Thought better of it in the end.
Faxon with the Tokyo drift round the snail section.
Yeah. And KV, I think, waiting for the main back straight to get this move done to avoid any potential backlash and an attempt from Unseen to repass him. Might also give him some breathing room to Arbar as well, who is close behind. And we've got Stumpy looking at Arbar down into that left-hand turn there.
Yeah,
that's
the
right.
times are still not right because some of these guys are a lot closer than what they're actually showing.
Yeah. We'll turn off the timing for now until we can get it sorted out. Unseen seems to have the straight line speed over KV, so this might be either a lunge or a move down the main straight.
Oh, I nearly went into the back here and they'll probably touch, but they'll get away with it.
Right, then KV, much better drive by the look of things.
Yeah, we're all good now on the timing screens.
Timing screens are back, excellent. Racer is into the pits, Lewis is in. I would imagine that's for a drive-through.
I think there'll be a few more people that are going to be doing that.
And KV can't make it through just yet. Maybe he's going for the patience.
Let's put it this way, the people that are the quickest on track are 7th and 8th. Tichy and Dan are 2 seconds behind the top 6 and they've already caught up, so this is definitely a train developing.
With Unseen at the head of it. 10 laps.
Dan goes down the inside of Tichy. Sorry, Danny, for 7 and 8. Tichy's going to try and hold it around the outside. And that is moved on for the time being. You see how that one develops. Wisey Boy is just about holding on-ish.
To those points. I want to stay too far away from this battle at the front, but I think we could see a move from Fallen or maybe from Dracer. This time around, Cavy's closing in. Actually, at the front, we'll jump to that. And he's not going to be enough this time. He's not close enough.
No, NSX on scene now at the top 8 is the most wasteful with his DRS. He's down at the lowest percentage at the moment, 42.
Well, he's going to have to try and hold them off. Cavey right in the gearbox of that McLaren, but
he seems to have the straight line speed just about.
Yeah, which he'll just have enough tyres left to be able to give him that little bit of rear end grip coming out of the corners. But once they start to go off, I mean, we don't have the figures, but once they start to go,
I think it's going to be now. I'll tell you what, Danny, I wouldn't be surprised if Cavey goes for something now.
Maybe. Will Unseen go defensive? He won't. Cavey looks down the inside, locks up on the brakes, and we've got a Mercedes round. That's Jamie.
Whoa, that's a big impact. I think that's pretty obvious how he's lost that.
Yeah, we could have a VSC for that, or will we get away with it?
Get away with it.
He's back on the track, needs to be careful of Lewis behind him. And lets him go. We're all good then. Back up to the battle for the lead then. Cavey. Charlie's retired in the pits. Faxland is in for what I would hope are intermediates.
Cavey's just given NSX Unseen a little love tap through there.
Lets him know he's there. Faxland's out on softs again.
Is that because...
Oh, here goes Cavey. Here goes Cavey.
Danny, it's not raining.
Ah, interesting. That might be why NSX Unseen stayed out, but Cavey's taking the lead and Arbar's going to mug him off and take second place off him as well. It's a sprint to the finish then. Will the track stay wet enough?
So NSX not only is going to struggle with...
Oh, Arbar and Cavey came together at turn 1!
Oh, no, Stumpy's going to mug them all. Because he got past NSX Unseen and...
He has.
I'll tell you what, Cavey's... No, I'm going to have second place as well.
Cavey's got wing damage though. I don't know if he'll be able to hold it. All I saw there, the camera angle was terrible. Arbar went for a move up the inside. He stuck the nose in. Cavey turned in for turn 1 and they came together.
I'll tell you what, there's a certain individual that I'd love to see what he's just seen there, and he's sitting in P4.
Yep, he is. He'll be able to get past Unseen, I think, with relative ease with the age difference in tyres. Telemetry is back now, by the way. I've just logged on and had another look. Unseen's tyres are now approaching the... No, not quite. They're approaching...
Oh, mighty boy Jonathan Cox through the double left hand. Oh, to a good car control from both of them. Jonathan Cox goes down the inside, the lunge, gets the brakes on. Mighty boy's still holding it in there. He's still there though.
Yeah, elbows out from the pair of them. That's what we like to see. Just keep it clean, lads.
Good control between both of you so far.
Wisey boy tucked in behind. Straight line speed now coming to the fore. Racing Point pulls out. Jonathan Cox squeezes. And it's Tracer and Unseen battling. Wisey boy goes down the inside of Jonathan Cox, but the door is slammed shut. Tracer's got ahead of Unseen. Fallen now next in line. And is that Unseen into the pits? It is, along with Stumpy and Cavey. Okay, so I think we've got mistakes there from...
Well, I don't think Dan had a choice. I don't think Tichy had a choice either.
No, I think Tracer has potentially made the wrong call.
I think he went past the pit there when he was active on.
Yeah, I mean you can normally tell, but you never want to take that gamble unless you hear from Jeff. All of these guys will come out on the soft tyre. It is now a straight sprint to the finish.
Right, so let's have a look at Stumpy. Who's gone?
Cavey on the pit exit. 5 second penalty.
Yeah, I did one earlier, so
that's his second offence.
And I tell you, well, I can see why he's done it. And I can see why people have gone softs, and I can see why people have gone mediums.
I can see why all the tyres have been chosen that they have. Like, the medium tyre, as I found out yesterday, is better in this situation. But there's only, well, when they cross the line this time around, 5 laps to go.
Stumpy's gained so much time though, Dave, about 4.5 seconds, that's nearly 2 seconds already.
Yeah, gap to the leader, then it's still 20 seconds to Stumpy, although that is coming down all the time. Pit delta here is around 22 seconds.
Let's have a look, where is the likes of Fallen, Dan, Dracy going to come out? They're going to come out about NSX Unseen region.
It's going to be close, this one. And Drace has carried on. Or is that Faxland at the back?
No, it's Faxland.
That's Faxland.
Drace is it, don't worry.
So it's Fallen, so it's Dan.
He's got past Tichy onto the run into the pits.
Yeah, he has.
Boys in, he's just picked up 3 seconds like cutting the pit entry.
It's right on board with Stumpy then. Through the final corner. Dracer's into his box, he's out, he's on his way down the pit lane. Oh, he's been held by Dan on his way out, I think. Stumpy takes the lead. Dracer's still in. There goes Unseen.
Oh, Dracer's crossed the... Oh, that got very tight.
It did indeed. Dracer into third though, he's done well. That extra lap has not hurt him too badly.
Yeah, Dan's come out behind Cavey, so actually 3 guys have stayed out a lap longer, haven't done too badly. Obviously Stumpy's taken massive advantage from this.
Yeah. Unseen's managed to play the tactical masterstroke, didn't come in for another set. In the end it wasn't that consequential. If Cavey had managed to get ahead earlier it might have been. But it's now a straight fight to the finish. Stumpy leading the way by 3.5 seconds, closing all the time to NSX Unseen. Tracer Basson in P3, his best result if he can keep it for quite a long time. Fallen in 4th place, his best result for a very long time. Silverstone last year, I believe, was his last significant result like that. He got himself onto the podium. KV in P5, Dan Robbo in P6. Before the race they'd have been happy with that. If you ask them now, I don't think they will be. They'll want to get themselves higher up.
Top 3 currently all clean on track limit penalties.
Okay, what about Fallen, KV and Dan?
Yeah, clean. KV's also...
He's got his 5 seconds as well, of course. I wouldn't be surprised to see a multi-2-1 from Williams here, unless KV is confident he can pull away from Dan and really challenge the guys in front.
Yeah, other than that, everyone's only picked up a warning from the top 6, so pretty clean so far. Let's have a look at Thomas, because Thomas has got himself in a good position actually.
And I'll tell you what, Matt, Stumpy is pulling away from Unseen. He has over half a battery's worth more energy, and Unseen is coming under pressure from Andreas in 3rd.
Did not see that coming. Both low on similar amounts of ERS though.
This will be down to setup, I think. Whichever one of them has got the straight line speed. We've seen Unseen speed already when he was battling KV.
Fallen with a massive ERS advantage. Talking 50% more.
DRS is enabled. We could see a move here that would change 2nd place, although Andreas has not got the best of runs out of that final corner onto the straight.
Oh, Thomas sliding his way through the snow section.
Never mind though, the Haas. Look at the overspeed of the Haas. He's cruised through.
He's not. He's going to hold it down the inside. Trace is going to go around the outside. A little bit of contact. Fallen's waiting for the inevitable.
Tucks in behind the McLaren.
He's got a good run. Oh no, but Trace just used the overtake really well there.
And here we go, is he going to throw it round the outside? Dracer Basson for 2nd place.
He's got it, Danny.
The pride of Denmark, he's taken 2nd.
Wait for the eruption of noise in the comments.
Always has a lot of support. Both Andreas and Faxland, who has incidentally retired from the race, in the pits. So then, what will happen now with NSX Unseen? he seems to be dropping back from Dracer.
Yeah, well, top 6 is going to probably stay as it is. It's just what order it is. Thomas can't.
Well, you say that. KV's got 5 seconds, so at the moment he's dropping behind Thomas and Jonathan Cox and Tichy and potentially Wisey Boy as well.
And 3 seconds, Danny, that is probably going to put the nail in the coffin.
Yeah, that's any chance of race victory for him gone. Any chance of a podium as well, I think, gone, because KV and Dan are both lurking there. Dracer is now clear of DRS range, so it's Fallen's go next.
He's just going to get him. Look, he's just cruising up to the back of him. He had more ERS left.
What has happened to Unseen?
He's got no ERS, Danny. He's have to just put it in medium. He's just a sitting duck on the straights.
Yeah, I know, but he's.
Thomas as well.
But look, compare it to his pace at the start of the race. What's happened?
Has he got any front wing damage that we don't know about?
I'll check the telemetry. I don't think he has.
And KV's going to throw it down the inside, Danny.
He is into turn 1. He's got to make a move as KV. He's got to try and get himself 5 seconds clear of whoever it is behind him. Up to 4th now for KV. Dan is the next man in line to have a go at Unseen. No damage for Unseen at all.
Dan's going to get him into turn 6, I think.
He's going for it.
Why not?
Good move from Dan. Both Williams now, 4th and 5th. Will they stay there? That's the question. KV needs to get himself 2 seconds clear of Unseen to stay ahead of him.
Yeah, Dracer can't live with the pace up front. Stumpy. I don't want to say from out of nowhere because it would be slightly disrespectful, but
he's played a blinder. Maybe, Claudio, yeah. Montana, is there anything you can tell us about what's happened to Unseen's pace here? At the start of the race on the softs he was mighty, on the inters he was mighty, and then this final stint he dropped away.
It's just a used set, but would he have a used set left? And there's going to be a move down at Williams.
Yeah, the 2 of them going side by side, and I think that will be to allow Dan to try and attack.
Have an attack.
Yeah. With
1 to go, Danny. Stumpy is nearly 4 seconds in the lead.
All he has to do is bring that car home.
Fallen's got fastest lap as well.
Fallen, the man on a mission, 3/10 behind Dracer. DRS was open there. Over the start-finish line, we could see a move on the final lap. Fallen with 45% charge. Dracer with only 13 at the moment. As we see Thomas retire in the pits. Why has he done that?
He's got penalties, mate. Unfortunately.
That is unfortunate.
Wizard overtook him for P10 and then that's about it, really. Not much more he can do.
At the moment then, KV is... He'll drop behind Unseen, but he will not drop away from Jonathan Cox, so he'll only drop 1 position.
I'll tell you what. Here we go, this is going to be it. P2 is going to be decided.
Yeah, it is. Let's ride on board with the Frenchman in the Red Bull. The last time we saw a man flying the tricolour in a Red Bull, it did not go well.
He's too far back, Danny, look at that.
He has, he got a shocking exit from the snail.
Stumpy, here we go. Round the hairpin for the final time. He's got 1 corner to go, Danny.
Indeed he has. Promoted as 2nd place in Tier 3 last season. Stumpy wins the Chinese Grand Prix in Tier 2 for Alfa Romeo. 25 points on the board. Dracer comes home in 2nd. Fallen, last minute penalty for him. Must be an unserved 5 seconds. No, it's more than that. It's more than that. He's falling way down the field. Dracer in 2nd place. I wonder what's happened to him.
Oh, I know what's happened. How he disconnected mid-session.
What do you think?
I'm pretty sure that is for some
fair
reason
play.
that's what's happened.
But either way, Dracer into 2nd place and Dan up into 3rd. NSX Unseen to 4th. Tichy into 5th. And KV to 6th. Wizard, good recovery after a poor start in 7th place. Jonathan Cox in 8th. After that tyre debacle that he had, so it's a good recovery from him. Fallen in 9th when he finished 3rd on track. We'll see what happened there.
We'll have to investigate into
We
that
will
one,
indeed. Wisey Boy takes the final point. 4 racing points in P10. Fastest lap was Mozza in the end, 33.2, pipping Fallen on the final lap. And Jamie will be the last man across the line. To finish in 15th place. And Andreas gets driver of the day, and I don't think there can be any arguments. Except maybe for that man, Stumpy, with his first Tier 2 victory. The Tier 3 boys are rattling the cages. But there's some old stalwarts there keeping them on their toes. And they're in good company doing so. Great result for Alpha, great result for Haas. Williams as well with a double points finish. A good day all round. If your team has white on the car. Stumpy then, as we said, takes the victory with Dracer and Dan Robbo 2nd and 3rd. Wizard Awards for Stumpy, Dracer, Dan, Tichy, the Wizard of course. I believe Jonathan Cox, no, Fallen. Which makes it even more difficult to explain why he ended up there. Faxland and Real Life as well, but they did not finish the race. We can get a Golden Wizard Award out, but I'm not going to check for that.
No, I think everyone had a warning. So.
No Golden Wizard Awards.
Check quickly. Because there'll be someone that goes, oh, I got it.
You have a check for that. And I shall get us ready for some interviews. If you have any questions, for the drivers, that we will get the podium as it was on stream, unfortunately guys, so not for Fallen at the moment, just to see if we can work out what happened to him. So if you've got any questions for either Stumpy, Dan or Dracer, get them into the chat please. We will be back in a moment and we'll get them in here. So then, as we wait for these guys to join, we can reflect on what was a very exciting race actually. Very, very exciting indeed. As two of the guys join us, let's jump straight in then. P3, Dan.
Yeah.
Are you happy?
I'm content. Going into the race, I would have taken a P3, but I think after an incident that occurred in that race, I was
Robbed
hindered of getting a higher position. Definitely.
Yes, well, that incident cost me a gifted sub, so...
Well done, Dan. Well done, mate.
Yeah.
You forced him into at least a
I'll
5.
have to edit the share play for the incident, let's put it that way, because there was a lot of bleating.
I don't worry, I never edit mine out.
But yeah, I was not happy, and considering the other driver that ended up winning the race was his teammate.
Ooh. Drama.
Some drama. It's just a simple end of.
Yeah. So no, it looked like at the start anyway. Did you get caught up in that incident at turn 1?
Yeah, I don't really know. It was turn 2. I think either two-spell got spun round or spun, and then racer braked in off, so I couldn't brake enough in time, and I just clipped my front wing. It was yellow, so I thought I'll pit then.
Yeah, and I think everyone behind you just sort of ploughed in.
Yeah, well, I braked as soon as I could, but I still ended up just clipping the back of racer, so yeah, it's a bit unfortunate. Nothing more you can do there.
Yeah, fair enough.
Quite an instant full race.
So I want to ask if you were as surprised as we were on commentary with that final stint on the softs. That Unseen had so little pace compared to the start and on the inters.
VRS.
I'm not even sure it was though. I know he didn't have much.
I think it was.
Teammate and other sources, he was low on ERS for quite a period of time, I think.
Fair enough.
Hence why I went for the move into turn 4, because I knew I just smashed it into overtake and went into turn 4 round it.
Fair play. Well, congratulations on P3, mate.
Thank you very much.
But, hopefully we'll see you again next week. Although, actually, no, I think we might at Monza. Do you reckon?
No.
Be honest.
Unless I get very lucky.
You never know. It's tier 2. Anything can happen. Then moving on to P2. Andreas, you're back.
Yeah, finally. Oh, it's been a while.
No illness this week. No.
I was at P5 at some point in the race.
Yeah. No illness this week.
Sorry?
You're not ill this week, no?
No. I'm back to.
Well,
I'm
Can you not tell? Need a front, mate. Fully fit now.
Well, I did miss that concrete barrier on the front wing of the Haas. You know
Let's not talk about that.
No, so starting, what was it, 17th, 18th, and finishing second.
Yeah, that's all right.
It's all right, yeah.
Like at the start, I broke my front wing twice within the first like 6 or 7 laps, I think. And I got a 5-second penalty because someone hit me on the safety car, and I thought like this race is just let it finish already, and then everything just went my way at some point. I don't know how I ended up so far in front, but a bit of luck and some pace in the web helped me out, I think.
I'll tell you what it was. It was that extra lap he did on the inters.
You think? I was really
honestly, because the rest of them, when they came out of the pits, when they went in rather, they were holding each other up and fighting on the exit and the works. It just gave you the free run round.
Yeah, because I was a little bit. I didn't know if it was time yet. I thought it was too wet, but then right when we passed the finish line, it was DRS enabled.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, that was that podium. But yeah, I was so happy when I came out in P3. I knew I had faster guys behind me than I was in the dry. So yeah, I just needed to push, and it worked out in the end.
Great shot. The game gave you driver of the day. I was happy to do so. I've not heard or seen anything in the chat to say otherwise. There might be one man in this party who would disagree, but it's not his call, and he's got the big trophy to soothe himself with. So we'll leave it with it. So great job, man. Congrats on P2.
Thank you.
Hopefully we can get the season going. Moving on then. I'll be honest, mate, I thought it would be longer before I was saying this, but Stumpy, you're a tier 2 race winner, my friend.
I can't hear that.
Oh, hang on. You've just appeared. You've just appeared again. I said I thought I'd be waiting longer to tell you this, but you're a tier 2 race winner.
Yeah, only by luck.
I don't know. You had the pace at the end there.
Yeah, we had some pace. I was keeping with the leaders in the wet, but it was KB and Arbo probably same pace, but they had a coming together, didn't they? And then obviously the switch to the slick tyre gave me that initial gap.
True. If you weren't in that position to begin with, you couldn't take advantage. So you say it's luck, but luck comes in different ways.
Yeah, well, it doesn't help when you choose it says rain in 20 minutes, so I choose like the harder tyre, and then it says rain in 5 minutes when you start the race.
Oh, I never listen to them anyway. I go off the graphic, if anything. If not, I let Jeff tell me, and then I can shout at him afterwards. Titch, I didn't mute him. What are you talking about? I'll be honest, I pressed the PS button to make sure you were actually in the party, and I hadn't done something very embarrassing. I just started talking when you weren't here. Yeah, but I don't know what else to say to you, man. Great job. And I mean, putting my commentator's impartiality aside for a minute, get in, lad. We've got a win for Alpha.
Alpha all the way down to tier 1, boys.
Yes. Bring it home, lads. Bring it home. Then we've got the NER guys in tier 4 on Thursday as well, and the AM guys, they can bring it in as well. And then Alpha, we can show dominance in this league. That's what we can do now. Put our mark down.
You're not competitive whatsoever, mate.
No, I'm not. No. Completely impartial, mate. Completely impartial. So we'll round off the stream there for tonight. Thank you all very much for watching. If you want to watch some more Contest of Speed, you can check out our streams during the week on Twitch, which is Matt's going to be checking up on me for this. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday at 10 PM UTC, so 10 PM in the UK. That will be European tiers 3, 2, 1 and 4 respectively, and then you can also tune in on Tuesday and Wednesday nights at 9 PM Eastern for America's tiers 2 and 1.
Well done, mate.
Cheers, mate. So there will be another stream on later tonight in approximately 3 hours, 2.5, 3 hours time. Make sure you tune back in for that, where your commentary team will be Perry and DK, I believe, tonight.
Yes, it will be.
Yeah, and they will put on one hell of a show, no doubt, in AM2. If you want to watch these streams back, you can do so over on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Contest of Speed, and make sure you follow all our social medias. You can see the ats and the addresses across the bottom of your screens now, so I don't have to plug them. They're there. They're always there. It's great. But of course, this league would not be what it is without the guys behind the scenes, the guys behind the wheel, and of course you all watching at home. So thank you very, very much for that. Season 6, and we are the best we have ever been, and we will continue to grow, and it will be fantastic. Sign off for now then. Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week.